We'll call to order at 4:07. And roll call of members. Chuck Green isn't here.
Randall Lawson present.
Jim Geisman here. And
Who's that?
who's what?
Got it.
Okay.
We're okay.
Let's see, review and approve the previous minutes. I think we saw them in draft form. They're basically.
Yeah, if this is okay.
Okay. So we're all set on the minutes.
I've got some, I gotta grab exercise weeks from downstairs. I hadn't been bring them up.
Okay.
It's funny. I knew. Yeah, shadow of a doubt.
What?
That he was gonna leave that downstairs. I don't know how I know.
Oh,
I don't know how I knew.
he always does.
Yeah, it's like, there's just no way.
Somebody indicted
No, not yet. Not yet.
or convicted, I guess, on the shadow of a doubt. It's a conviction.
We're still in discovery.
Oh, yeah. Good.
That's a lawyer term, by the way.
Yeah. And I like the pain and penalties of perjury. We have to, Stephanie, in case you're wondering, we're just waiting for Randy to get back here so we can proceed with our new business.
Thank you. I'm listening.
Okay. Could actually come up here and listen.
I
They were downstairs.
We walked to go get a drink. We were really parched, so
Oh, okay. Well,
thanks.
got popped by a stady this morning.
Yeah.
I just never got my car for an inspection sticker. I bought it like
Oh,
3 months ago.
again? Oh,
So I-
yeah, you said you were gonna do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Well, thanks for reminding me. I gotta get mine.
Actually, I cheesed a couple, you know how they're supposed to do it from the month you bought it? They did from when I took it in today. So I cheesed a few months.
Yeah,
out of
there
it.
you go, good. So you did get it.
Okay.
You got the,
I got the, that we were talking about, yeah.
yeah. So extended as long as you can.
That's
You'll
interesting.
get an extra month.
I thought it was good. It was in South Hadley and I was on like a side road and there was a state, he's probably on his way to work. And I was like, there's no way this state pulls me over. He's on his way to work. He's got state roads to patrol.
That was a
Nope.
state road. You just learned it's a state road.
Yeah, that fell under his jurisdiction.
Yeah, well,
That's how
I
you.
told you, you can- You wait until the kind of the grace period and you keep getting an extra month every.
Yeah, I figured I had one warning to burn.
actually, I heard that they take it back a month from when you should have had it inspected.
That's what they should have done to me today,
They
but
should have,
that
but
didn't
I've
sound what
had,
happened.
I've had it the other way around where they don't.
Hmm.
That's what they did to me today. So I'm going back to the same spot. They good people.
Right.
Oh. It's the only information guideline I
That's
released.
right.
Did you find, is that what you're reading off of?
Yeah.
From like 88?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, let me take a look.
It probably is. I don't think there's been multiple that have been released.
No, this is,
Probably the same thing you're reading off of.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, Randy,
Yes.
we were in the approving minutes.
Okay, did you make a motion to approve?
But you walked out. Would you like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second and
All in favor? Aye.
okay, there we go. Okay, public comment. No discussion or comments will be entertained unless requested by the chair. Speaking time is 3 minutes for each person. Member of the public must state name, address, or precinct. So, I think, as we usually do, we close public comment.
But we have to open it first, so I will make a motion that we open public comment. All in favor? Aye. Is there a member from the public that would like to make a comment at this time?
Steph, you got anything to say?
Yes, yes, Stephanie Duclos, Chapman Street, Greenfield. I wanted to speak to a couple things that were on the agenda.
Sure.
I did see that you wanted to decrease the 8% to 3%. My only concern with that is, will we make more money on deposits, interest? I mean, I think kind of should reflect on, what is our real loss? I don't want to see us not get paid because the interest rate's lower than what they can make in the bank. The other thing was, the, oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, the excise tax. I did have a question, guy. I mean, I watch a whole bunch of different local news and some stuff out of Boston. And I was concerned about a potential proposal to increase the excise tax burden. So I didn't know if you guys had heard anything about that, and if so, do we know what maybe the intent for Greenfield is on that? Thanks.
I don't know, but excise tax is set by the registry, right?
Yeah, it's a $25 per thousand, and I haven't heard anything about them wanting to, or proposing any changes. So if it's something that's, out there, it's something that we haven't heard yet, and we can certainly do some research and look into it. But it's kind of been the same way. I'm not sure exactly what they would do to modify it, because I think they would stick to that $25 per thousand. And, the only thing that they would possibly do, or how could we get more funds, is if we altered the amount of depreciation. Excise tax is at the MSRP, and then it depreciates for 5 years down to 10% and never goes below that. So it's 90, 60, 40, 25, 10 is the percentage. And maybe if they extended that more years or something like that, they could keep more value in there. But otherwise, I'm not sure exactly how they would do it. But we will keep an eye out and bring the information to the meeting as soon as we have more, as soon as the information presents itself.
And, thanks for
Yeah, I
asking
mean,
about that.
and if I find any more, I'll send it to you guys via email.
That'd be great.
Thanks.
With respect to the reduction in interest rate from 8% to 3%, first of all, both of those exemptions have income caps on them, or there are some income requirements, and assets as well. I think assets, not assets for 18A, but assets, I think, for 41A. And it's unlikely that they're going to have any money salted away where they're going to be able to play the spread in interest rates. And besides, interest rates at banks is well below 3%. So I don't think we're going to lose any money. The point is, I think the reason we wanted to reduce the rate is that 8% seemed way above where it should be. And basically, there's enough of a penalty for being late in your taxes and going through all the rigmarole involved in a deferral, so that we thought that a lower rate would be,
Less of a burden on the homeowner that is in a difficult situation and asking for the.
Oh, I absolutely agree with the lowering of it. I just, I'm always cautioned, like, are we going to end up losing money in the long run by, doing the right thing? I just, my concern, obviously. Thanks.
Well, yeah, we're going to be foregoing the difference that we would normally have, but I think, frankly, given the number of cases and the amount of money that's involved, it's better to have a lower rate for people that we're trying to keep in their own home. And so that's just where it is. And besides, none of this, I think, has been voted on by the council.
Right, it's something that we would have to propose, and I think the mayor would have to propose it to the council.
Yeah.
So we try to have to advise the mayor, that we'd like it put forward, and then she would decide whether or not to go on it. I think that got wrapped up into all of the, Chuck Green wanted us to basically max out the potential benefits for people by adopting all the most recent options that are out there. And so that just got tied in with that.
Yeah, and there are some things where it's the mayor's call, like the HEROES Act, the exemption. You know, what level do we want it at? And that's the mayor's call. And, I don't think she's, put stuff together so it can appear, so she can.
She's got a lot of, with the budget, she's got a lot of other things that she has, that are taking priority, I think, over that. And we are concerned, we want to make sure that we get it to the council and have it adopted before the beginning of the next fiscal year, or we'll have to wait until, another fiscal year before we can put it into place.
Okay. Answer the
Yes,
question.
thank you.
Okay, you're
I
right.
see that we have someone else here, Jimmy.
And
It's,
that's Ryan.
okay, that's Ryan, okay.
Yeah.
So we're all set as far as public comment goes then? Public?
Our,
Jimmy says yes.
Jimmy says yes.
All right, great. So then I'm gonna make a motion that we close public comment.
So moved, second.
Second, and all in favor, aye.
Okay,
We will reopen it toward the end of the meeting again for additional questions.
after new business. Okay, excise weeks. Okay. This is for the period, 4/10 to 4/22, and the amount of the, abatements, is $1,198 and change. Okay? The apportionment, where are we there?
Apportionment?
Just need you to sign off on it.
Yeah, 1245 Bernardston. Okay,
Right, we applied for abatement and we're gonna basically, what he's asking for is for a portion of taxes.
and what happened to the acreage that was sold?
It's the solar field.
Okay. No. And do we know how we're evaluating that?
I think that the agreement with the solar company was just recently approved.
Okay.
And we're finally gonna, have that moving forward.
I sent the signature down at the very bottom.
Okay,
You can see the original parcel up top, newly created parcel.
Yeah.
How stuff divvied out, where the tax burden went.
okay,
I'll save you some math that all adds up.
okay.
I wanted to make sure.
So that's the apportionment paperwork. You already had it prepared.
Mhm.
And today is
IGR.
4/23.
I just did the apportionment sheet, consulted the IGR and then used one of RRG's templates.
Okay, there you go.
What this was,
Yeah,
RRG template. I customized it.
okay. And MDM1 exemption reimbursement update.
MDM one
Thank you very much.
is in the process. So we basically need to finalize all of the exemptions and make sure that we have them all. We do have one more to vote on. And then that's where we report it to the state through the gateway
Yep.
software. And it was down, I think at our last meeting, it was down and they were making it all new and better. And now they have been sending out instructions and additional information. So I was working on that and Karen was helping me this morning. So we're on top of it and I'm going to make sure that we have it submitted before the April 30th deadline.
Okay, great. Chapter land, but application approval. We haven't?
We have a ton of applications and we kind of, since our staff shakeup, the ball kind of got dropped on that. So we do, Karen is also working on that and she has it organized to a certain extent. But we want to verify that what is on the applications is accurate to what's in the system and that hasn't been done yet. So we were going to bring them, but I thought or decided that at the last second, we should verify and make sure that we have the information correct.
Okay,
And then so that they'll be here for the next meeting.
okay. And
I'm trying to get caught up on that, make sure she's even making calls to some of the people that we didn't have all the paperwork, we didn't get the rights and obligations paperwork back or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we have calls in to, make sure that we have everything up to date.
okay, I guess it's a point of information. chapter land, signing off on MDN one, any of the DOR submissions. Can that, given Chuck's, new schedule, he may not be present, at some of these things, so can he sign separately?
No, he's got to be at the meeting, and if not, then it'll be taken care of by the quorum that's at the meeting.
Okay. Okay. All right, good. And then, old business is the Ways and Means exemption proposal, which we already discussed.
Yes,
What we got here?
Those are your proposals.
Oh, okay.
Just gotta get them over to the mayor's office.
Okay.
But in case you were curious,
Yeah, all right, wow,
those are the verbiages, how they need to be written up.
yeah. Yeah, who typed them up?
Is me.
You spell check, exhibit is missing an H.
So I said I gotta get them a once over. There's a lot of copy pasting going on.
Oh, yeah.
MGL and trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
This will get edited before it goes to the mayor. I checked with the mayor's office last week and they were like, we need to pen it, the actual thing. So I
Right.
wrote it up. We just gotta get it over. I gotta get it to them before the 29th to make sure it makes it onto the Ways and Means. They have 2 upcoming meetings, which are regarding budgets.
Yep.
So if it's in by the 29th, we should be able to make it onto that way this gets adopted for fiscal year 26.
Great. Okay, I think that is it for new and old business, and now we go into executive session. Is that the idea?
I don't think that there's any of the other things like we.
Oh, we have the 18A discussion. Which didn't make it on the agenda.
I submitted it last Friday.
What? Oh,
Agenda. Were we talking about 18A getting that on the agenda this week?
Yeah. I didn't use them.
Oh, because it wasn't on the agenda this week, we
Yeah.
really kind of can't talk about it then.
yeah. Well, I think we can talk about it. We just can't,
Or have it a decision?
make a decision yet.
We have your proposed or your preliminary thing. I actually asked Adam to take the old IGRs
Right,
and kind of proves them and see if we can add any language to it or make sure that that is included.
okay.
So
Wildly discretionary. It's the impression I got.
And there is, I saw an error on this, in terms of qualifications, you ought to add the bottom 2 bullets under limitations, they should be moved to qualification. That the property tax bill is greater than 50% of income and property valuation is below the single family house median. Okay.
move those 2 up to qualification.
Yes. And I'm still unclear whether these 3-year deferrals are renewable or not. It doesn't.
They are, but let's,
I couldn't find anything that says you can, renew them until you basically get rid of the lien. And when you're current, then you can go.
yeah, so you'd have to
again.
reinstate yourself to current and then defer again.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't, well, first of all, if you want to stay in deferred state, you have to apply for the next 2 years annually. And then when you get the lien released, when you paid off everything, then you could be a hardship case again. I think that's a very unlikely situation, frankly.
Yeah, I think so too.
So basically, anybody who applies for 18A or 41A for that matter, they've got to be prepared for the consequences if they are still a hardship case after 3 years. Not a pleasant thing to think about. Okay, so that's it, and we go and we'll put this on the agenda for a fuller discussion. And I also think because It's a draft proposal. We probably ought to include that in the documentation available to the public so they can see what's going on.
So I noticed there's some things missing, like office update. That type of thing, usually we have that, RRG update.
Yeah,
Was working
what happened?
from the
With what,
agenda.
do we have updates on either one of those things?
Usually that's just.
Usually there's
part
a
of-
set.
It's like a stock store, like it's just we keep it on.
Yeah, standard thing of, you know, what's going on in the office right now, and
Okay.
that type of thing.
I'll just add it back on.
Okay,
So, yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, we're just finishing up abatements, trying to get caught up on paperwork. Get up to speed. We had some, ATB hearings that we, introduced a motion to dismiss on 6 of the cases. And then they were summarily withdrawn before the motion hearing. And so that's good news, 6 ATB cases that are gone now.
right. How many were there total?
There were 14.
14. That's right.
Yeah, a few of them we've already dealt with. With the 6 off there, we were down to like 4 or 5.
Okay, good.
So we're doing good on that. And
So you went for a summary judgment and 6 of them withdrew.
right, prior to the hearing, when I got to the hearing, I was waiting for my cases to be called and then they weren't. So then I asked and was informed that, you know, earlier in the morning that they had withdrawn. And that's sort of what we had been anticipating from the advice that we've gotten from RRG. And then it finally happened. So
Good.
very last second, but it worked.
It's okay. Uh, Just as long as we didn't have to go to the ATP. So are we now ready to,
See, hold on, that's state
So state
form
form.
175 is supposed to be used. They must have just made their own, but that's the one. Where,
Resemblant enough for me.
yeah, it looks very, I was pleased to see it. Looks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
didn't like it. So I used that one.
all right, so I think we go into executive session now.
So no, what we would do is, I would like to make a motion to open public comment before we go into executive
Second.
session. Okay, so all in favor, aye. So public comment is open again.
Okay,
It hasn't been that long, but if you have some additional comments, now's the
Stephanie,
time.
anything else?
No, thank you. You guys are wonderful. Have a really nice afternoon. Enjoy some of this weather.
We'll try.
Yes.
Randy will drive home. Randy will drive home with the windows open
Yeah,
and the music blaring and the wind in his hair,
yeah.
whatever. Thank you again, Stephanie. See you later, Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay. So I move that we go into executive
I
session.
will second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so